it actually happened to be today, I believe, the 16th of Tevet. That naturally is Tetzain Tevet, marks the Hilula of a great Yemenite origin rabbi. His name was Rabbi Saadia ben Aharon Sherian Z'tl. He was actually born in English year 1882 in Jerusalem. Very interesting enough. And he would actually learn Torah at a very young age, at a very, very high level. There was a large, let's say, Sephardic community at that point in time in Jerusalem. And I think connected to the Ha'idah Sfardit, and there was a great Torah institution of itself. I think the great rabbi at the time who was heading this Torah school was the Gaon, the genius Rabbi Yaakov Ades, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. So he was learning under his auspices already at a very, very young age in of itself, and related about Rabbi Yaakov Ades, I believe, on a previous shiur, only maybe a couple of years ago when we were towards the start of this series in of itself. So he was a great rabbi. He was learning at a young age. He was known for his great sniyut and his modesty. He would, everything he would do was all Hashem. He would study Torah, and while studying Torah, he would seek Chokhmah, wisdom in all that he did. I believe he would actually be a sofer stam. He would actually write, if I'm not mistaken, Sefrei Torah, Mezuzot, and various other Torah, let's just say, life cycle importances in of itself. Being a sofer, so that would be part of his parnasa at the time. His handwriting was considered one of the most elegant and most eloquent handwritings possible, with regards to the way he had a gifted pen with writing in of itself, which very much, if one is going to be a sofer stam, will have to have that. He would later on become the head, let's just say, of the famous yeshiva, Shalom Yeshiva, in Jerusalem, and this was a great Torah institution which produced many great Talmidim of yesteryear. He served, also reported over, as a member of, let's say, the Badat of the Yemenite community in of itself, and very much part of the Yemenite rabbinical structure of Israel, and he had played a huge role within regards to Yemenite Jewry during, let's just say, a changing time period where there were droves and droves of people coming from Yemen and settling eventually in the land of Israel. Now, I believe he passed away on the 16th of Tevet in the English year 1970. This would have been about 55 years ago at the time of recording, and he left many great generations and descendants of great rabbis, which is interesting enough. I believe he was buried in Jerusalem also, and very great rabbi. It's actually interesting. It was a time period where there was a lot of great rabbis, great Talmidim Chachamim. We've learned all about much of the Yemenite history during the end of the 1800s, the early 1900s, where many people would eventually move to the land of Israel, and that produced many great rabbis. There was maybe differences with regards to the derech, with regards to people, the community learning Kabbalah as a whole, or maybe even taking, holding like the Rambam, which we've related about in other great videos in of itself. But he himself was born in Jerusalem, remember, he was of Yemenite heritage. So he wasn't directly, I believe, I don't think he spent a significant time here living in Yemen in of itself. Which is actually interesting enough. He was also a great Dayan. A Dayan happens to be a judge. So in of itself, it wasn't just serving as, let's just say, as a great rabbi and the Rosh Yeshiva itself. He was a judge who would take on various different halachic Jewish law cases in of itself. And it was actually, I believe, his father actually moved from Teman. This was obviously at a later stage in time. I think they came from the area of Sana'at, the family did in of itself. Originally, I believe this was in the year 1881. So this would have been, I think, 1 year before the great Chacham Rabbi Saadia ben Aharon Sherian had actually been alive in of itself, and really learned some of the great Sephardi yeshivot in of itself in Jerusalem while he was young. And very much I would recommend everyone to learn more about the great Chacham, learn more about the great rabbinic structure of the Yemenite community, how they evolved, and how there might have been changes with regards to the Temani Kihila when they came actually into Jerusalem and all parts of Israel in of itself, and learn more about the great rabbi who we happen to be speaking, the great giant who we are speaking about today. So please, everyone, we're a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. Happens to be Dayan Saadia ben Aharon Sherian Z'tl, his Hilula. If anyone happens to be related to the great Chacham, please send me a comment. I would like to hear more. We are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. We've covered around 620 great Chachamim of yesteryear. Please, if anyone feels anyone else to be interested in hearing more about the great Rabbanim, share the videos to other people. And wishing you all blessings here from Israel. Take care and be well. Wishing you all well. Take care.